So today, John Mbadi, who is the CS of Treasury and currently a close ally to William Ruto, decided to meet the Luo Council of Elders. And the declaration I have seen is now becoming clear that Mbadi is being pushed to kick out Oburu and Wanga. And so Mbadi has decided to declare himself as the senior most politician and leader from Nyanza region. And now going forward is taking over. This is after Mbadi gave his press briefing together with the Luo Council of Elders. And I'm like, oh wow. Gladys Wanga and Oburu, kuna mchezo mnachezewa hapa na mtalia kwa choo. I want you to watch the video, but before we watch, as you always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel, because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder. As you watch, please consider liking the video. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, Luo elders from the 17 constituencies of Nairobi and the 4 other counties around Nairobi, Machakos, Kiambu, Kajiado. Yeah, I think those 3. So that is the representation you are seeing here. So I want to just make a few comments. Number 1 is that these elders, led by Mzee Tom Odongo, who has the title of Ruodho Guy in Nairobi. If you are Luo, you would understand what that means. But in terms of hierarchy, from Ker, because Luos have only one Ker in the whole world, who is Mzee Odungiranda. So after the Ker, then we have Ruodho Guys. Those ones can be many depending on the geographical area. So in Nairobi and surrounding, the Ruodho Guy is Mzee Tom Odongo, and I will give him a minute after we'll have finished to make his quick remarks or a few remarks. They requested to come and have a meeting with me today, and I accepted that, and we have had engagements this morning moving into the afternoon, and we have discussed issues and challenges facing specifically the community, that is the Luo community. The reason why they came to see me is because they are seeing some unhealthy division within, starting with our community and the party we love so much, ODM. It is true that ODM is a national party, but it is equally true that the foundation of ODM is actually the Luo community. That wherever you see any division within the Luo community, it spirals to the ODM party and vice versa. And therefore, the kind of exchanges, the kind of emotions that we see around within the party and by extension within the community is not healthy at all, and does not help to push forward the agenda of our community in particular and also our party in general. I know some people will be questioning that you are the Cabinet Secretary, National Treasury. It is true, yes, I am a Cabinet Secretary. I am the Cabinet Secretary, National Treasury, but it is also not disputable that I am a Luo. And it is equally not disputable that I belong to the Orange Democratic Movement. And therefore, when matters and issues of the community are being discussed, I am at the center of it. And by the way, I am now the senior most member of our community in the government of the Republic of Kenya.
Correct.
So seeing me or coming to see me and the change ideas was perfectly in order. And we have discussed a lot, including how our community needs to come together and work together as we have always worked together. I know we lost our pillar. I know we lost our anchor in politics, right? The late Raila Amolo Odinga. But it is irreversible. We cannot get Raila back to life. Therefore, those of us who have been left behind must continue to push forward not only his legacy and agenda, but his wish that our community remain united, firm and strong. We as the members of the Luo community have gone through a lot in the politics of this country, including total marginalization in matters development. And we are not regretting, because the Luo community have always fought for justice and fairness in this country. But even as we push that, it is also equally important to acknowledge that the Luo community also have a right to development in activities and initiatives, and that the life of Luos also matter, and that we cannot just sit back and see our children again going back to the street, especially if there is not any clear reason or cause for going back to the street. And so we have discussed a lot, and a lot of it we did in closed door meeting. I don't want to divulge, but you are going to see a bigger meeting of the Luo community in Nairobi, especially the elders. We are planning a meeting which we will announce later, where we are going to bring in all the elders of the Luo community in Nairobi, and after that we will follow it with a big meeting of the entire Luo population in Nairobi. Why we are doing that is because Nairobi is the epicenter of politics in this country, and Nairobi gives direction to the rest of the country. And whatever the Luos in Nairobi say, the Luos in other places will most likely also say the same. But after dealing with the issues of Nairobi, we will also again embark on visiting other towns in the country where we have significant presence of the Luo community, more particularly Mombasa, Eldoret and many others across the country. So this is not a divisive meeting. It is just a recognition that as a community we must speak with ourselves, we must speak together and not speak at each other. Therefore, I want to request one or two of us also to say something. I can see Mbote is ready, who is the secretary. Mbote is ready. Many of you may not remember this gentleman. This gentleman suffered in the hands of President Daniel Arap Moi. And those of us who have been in politics for a while, we have been with him in these streets. I hear people talking about streets. We have been with this gentleman in these streets. But before I forget, before I invite Mbote, let me tell you something, and let me speak to Kenyans. There is something that was unique about Raila Odinga. Raila was a very courageous leader. And we all know that I hear some people saying they are also courageous. Some of these people who are claiming to be courageous, if they would be arrested today and taken to committee for 6 months, when they come out, utaona malilio ile hawajawai ona. In fact, they will start saying, I'm the only child of my mother. The courage is not just being demonstrated by jumping over fences and kicking doors. No, that's not it. Or gates. There's a lot to it. But that Raila Odinga, who is very courageous, or who was very courageous, when time called for sitting down and dialoguing, there was no better person in dialogue than Raila Odinga. And Raila knew when now to shake hands. And he shook hands with his tormentors and with people at times you never expected. And that is something that we have learned from him and we are carrying forward it. Mbote.
Thank you.
After watching the videos of John Mbadi, do you remember the day Raila was being buried? Ruto tried to campaign for Mbadi as someone who helped him to, of course, solve some issues here and there when it comes to the matters of taxation, loans yenye inakuwa borrowed nje na nitakana tulipe, and several issues there. So William Ruto preferred working with Mbadi as senior most politician. So Oburu is being used the way at the same time Gladys Wanga is being used. Ruto in his mind anajua hakuna mahali Gladys na Oburu anawapeleka. The same thing. Hakuna mahali Mbadi anapeleka William Ruto. You know, I've realized something that is very serious with the politics of these Luos. Raila never declared himself. Raila never declared himself. It was the people who are always declaring Raila as the kingpin. And if I'm lying, please give me a video where Raila Odinga crowned himself. The people crowned Raila Amolo Odinga. So anyone lying to these people like Mbadi, unaita watu 4, 5, 6 pale Nairobi, ati sasa wewe umekuwa crowned, I'm sorry, but you are being lied to. Remember, sisi kilugha yetu, sisi kama Wajaluo, huwa tunasema kilugha yetu, muzake kufa, huwa anakufa na mali zake. Na wale ambao wanategemea kurithi mahali, mmepotea. Again, usikuje na kujitangaza tu kwa boma, ati sasa wende umetake over. Wacha familia ikukrown. In other words, Mbadi, you are kicking out akina Oburu na Wanga. Yes, I disagree with them. You also, you are going nowhere. You are going nowhere. The reality you fail to know is that your time has come to an end. You've lied to the people for the longest period of time, and this is a time for you to exit. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Till we meet in another video.